And we are back. Hope our new aliens didn't miss us too much. Kinda feels like we've been saying that a lot lately. Anyway, sorry about the brief hiatus, had some personal things going on, but the point is, we are back and better than ever. So without further ado, let's jump on into the news for this week. Oh hey, it's you! Welcome to Free to Play, your weekly gaming news show brought to you straight from the PS5 order you made from Amazon, but you got this week's news instead. I'm your host Charlie K, and in this week's episode, we talk about the new features coming to PlayStation 5, Amazon messes up people's orders, and did the next generation of consoles have the worst launch ever? Find out all the juicy details and so much more in this week's episode. But before we begin, if you're new here and you want to get the latest in gaming news, discussions, reviews, and live streams, why not subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss a single video. For our first bit of news for this week, Microsoft has finally brought Project XCloud to Australia. Well, kind of. The beta test for Project XCloud went live last week and we managed to get our hands on the project. So far the project is promising as we managed to play Destiny 2 in Halo Reach via a mobile phone being paired up to an Xbox controller using Bluetooth connectivity. We found there was a slight delay in the controls, but nothing too huge for it to not respond efficiently. Project XCloud will have a full launch in Australia sometime early next year. Have you used Project XCloud? Let us know what you thought of it in the comment sections down below. Speaking of Xbox, according to Microsoft, the Xbox Series X and S have had the biggest launch in Xbox history. According to Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, the newest addition to the Xbox family has had the largest launch in Xbox history, with the consoles being sold in more countries in the first 24 hours. Congratulations on such a successful launch. So you might have seen some alarming pictures and videos of the next generation of consoles being utterly broken or just not working as they should. Some users have experienced Xboxes not accepting discs, PlayStation 5s bricking themselves, or better yet, an Xbox emitting a ton of smoke. But it's nothing to be worried about. A selected handful of these consoles are actually faulty, and some can be fixed with simple software patches. If you have any problems, you may find the answers to your problems on Reddit or through a Google search. Oh, and by the way, the smoking Xbox is a total fake, thanks to some pranksters who decided to blow their vape smoke into the bottom of the console. Please don't do that, just really don't do that. The PlayStation 5 launched in the UK earlier this week, and it appears that people who ordered the PlayStation 5 via Amazon are receiving anything but their consoles. Some customers have received a box full of canned cat food, a George Foreman grill, and the most bizarre of all, foot massager. But hey, at least they got something, I suppose. There are also reports that customers have had their packages marked as delivered despite never actually receiving their package. The most notorious case was from Bex May, an MTV reporter who never received her package even though it was marked as delivered. She complained to Amazon and a package arrived at her door at 10 PM that night, where she signed for it and filmed a video of her unboxing what she thought was the new PS5, only to discover she had received an air fryer instead. This has led Amazon UK to launch a formal investigation into what has happened, but one could only guess is that someone has stolen the PS5s and replaced them with random goods. But hey, at least with an air fryer, you can eat your sorrows away and dream of what it could have been. It looks like the PS5 will be getting a feature that originally only Xbox Series X had available. That's right, it looks like the PS5 will be receiving a software update that will enable the PS5 to use VRR. That's variable refresh rate, a feature that was originally only available on the Xbox Series X. Variable refresh rate limits screen tearing when you're playing your games on a TV, and allows you to play games up to 120 frames per second. Depending on the game, of course. Basically, a TV that supports VRR will dynamically match the refresh rate to the frame rate of a game, making sure that your game experience feels a lot smoother than normal. Could Sony be working on an answer to Xbox's Game Pass? In an interview with Sony Interactive CEO Jim Ryan, Jim alluded to Sony working on their very own version of Game Pass. When asked whether or not Sony has an answer to the popular streaming service, Jim Ryan responded with, "There is actually news to come, but just not today. We have PlayStation Now, which is our subscription service, and that is available in a number of markets." While we don't know for sure what Jim Ryan is alluding to, we can only guess it may have something to do with either PlayStation Now or the PlayStation Plus collection that just launched on PS5. Even though Sony might be working on an answer to Game Pass, don't expect them to have first exclusives on their service either. Sony shut down that idea multiple times. They mentioned that they think it's unsustainable to do. Well, time to wrap things up, but before you go, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. But you know what doesn't like to be wrapped up? Comment question of the week, which is, where would you use Project XCloud? The most interesting and creative comments will feature in the next week's video. I'm your host Charlie K. Gamers Unite! And we will see you on the next level.